do some hunting, some gathering, and we're also going to check out a new mechanic where we create temporary hearts. So take it away, Eric.
All right. Well, so we're going to get into the nitty-gritty in this segment. The hunting and gathering systems are really sophisticated, and I'm going to get into that after I take out this pheasant who's hiding up here. After I pick this stuff up first. And because it's the first time I've picked this up, it's going to annoy me, but
Gotta be
fine.
so quiet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Nice.
Right, so I'm just going to go up and grab this.
A perfectly prepared piece of meat.
It is. Just as leg fell off. So
Bird meat drumstick.
let's not start there. Okay, so to start, I'm just gonna take a look at my surroundings. So I see here on the log I have little hardy truffle. So this is something we're gonna cook a little bit later to give us some temporary hearts. But first, I am on the hunt. So let's find some animals.
I love how you're just stealthing everywhere.
I am. You gotta sneak up on them.
You
Ooh,
do.
I got
Yeah, it's
They are
weird when
very
you
alert.
do that back
There's
at
a
the
boar.
office.
Oh,
I spooked him.
so cool.
That's all right.
Oh, nice. Oh,
All right.
poor
Brutal.
I
thing.
got this one. Let me drop 2 steaks. So they won't always drop 2 steaks, but I have 2 steaks. I can eat this raw meat. This raw meat's gonna restore 1 heart, but I can also prepare it to increase its efficacy. And I spy up here in the tree.
Little something.
Some more goodies, a little something, something.
A hardy truffle.
All right, and a stemellostrum and a hardy truffle.
So all of these foods have certain qualities to them that, like you said, you can draw out specific elements of them through the preparation, through the cooking process. So this sort of gathering as much as you can get all at once up front is really beneficial here.
I'm trying to chase them down. So if
It's
you can
not-
get a headshot on these guys, you can actually get them down.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, it's not too hard to find food all throughout the forests, and everywhere you go, there are different things that you can collect.
Yes. So I actually just picked up a butterfly there. If I use that, I can prepare it, mix it with some monster parts. And we're actually going to go take out a monster right now. Just right now I'm kind of gathering all this, and then I'll sit down and cook it all.
You gotta get your ingredients.
But as you're traveling from place to place in the game, you're going to have to obviously replenish your hearts. So in previous Zeldas, you were able to cut down the grass and get your hearts back. In this game, you can't do that. You have to cook. Or you don't have to cook, but you have to eat.
You have to eat.
But cooking usually increases how many hearts you're going to get back. But what you can do with the grass is sometimes when you cut down longer grass, you'll find little insects and whatnot hiding in it.
Find a little something.
So I'm going to postpone that. Let's see if I can take out.
Little buddies hanging out.
And I think something of note also is, you're going on this boar hunting rampage because that's your style. But you can also do a veggie playthrough on this. There's no need to do that because there's so many other forms of food and sustenance that you can gather in the game.
Yeah, and a lot of the veggie dishes that you can prepare have a ton of benefits to them, so it's always worth exploring. Oh gosh, this guy is not happy. Oh my gosh.
Nice.
I don't know where he went. Oh, he went all the way down there. Let's see. Did I pick up his friend's drops? I'm not sure. That's right. Okay.
Gonna
So
check out
let's
some
see-
frogs.
Let's see what I got. Ooh, yeah, frogs.
See if we can get some frogs.
Get some stuff. Get some more.
Oh, here they are. Pick them up. All right, so that bokoblin I took out dropped a horn and a fan. So I can use both of those and prepare them with, mix them with critters, insects, and frogs, and what have you, to make elixirs, which I can then use to give myself special effects.
No froggies.
Still want to get some videos and stuff.
Exploring the high grass here.
See if there are any insects. Aha!
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So I got a cricket. So I can also combine that with, and you'll find different stuff, lizards in the grass. And also, you'll find different animals at different times of day. So sometimes, if you go to the nighttime, you find fireflies, which have special effects that you wouldn't find otherwise, and all of that. So let's take my torch. Over this fire. Light it. Light this. And let's get to cooking. So I'm going for an inventory. I have 3 steaks. The first steak I'm just going to eat. I'm not going to eat it. But if I were to eat it, it's going to give me 1 heart. Right. What I can do is I can hold it, and there are multiple ways to prepare food. So here I have a campfire, and I have a cooking pot. So what I can do is I can either hold the torch to this, drop it straight on the fire. It's going to turn the steak, cook it, and it's going to become a seared steak. Okay. So that's going to give me a heart and a half. But I could take that same ingredient, a raw steak, and cook it straight in the
Cooking is so much easier in this game than in real life. He makes it look so easy.
It is. Steaks, so that's going to be 2 hearts. So that's double the amount of health.
Right.
And obviously you're not always going to have access to a cooking pot. But,
Right.
You'll generally always have access to fire.
Or at least you want to try to.
Right.
Yeah.
So I can actually hold up to 5 items. And the different recipes in this game are crazy. How in depth it goes. You can combine, multiple elements to get a different dish. Right now I'm gonna mix the steak with, let's say, 3 hearty truffles. So I have them all in my hand here. I drop them in the cooking pot.
One thing I really enjoy about my own gameplay that I've had is you can combine a lot of elements that in the real world would make sense, and then they turn into amazing recipes.
Right.
So you can apply real world logic to it. It's really cool.
So I just made a meal. I'm also going to mix this, let's say, so I'm actually going to stop that. I'm going to take this bokoblin horn and mix it with this. Let's go with the cricket.
Yum.
So I take that.
Yum, yum.
Real world cooking.
Yeah, real world. Exactly. Here we go.
And that's going to be energizing elixir. So I can drink that to restore, like if I was climbing and about to run out of stamina, I'm able to drink that and restore some stamina to make it that extra.
In the moment.
Yeah, it's super helpful.
There's all sorts of these elixirs and meals you can make that will, power up your attack power, make you run faster,
Stealth.
give you an extra part of your stamina wheel, that sort of thing. I should actually, the stealth one would be nice.
You want to get some stealthy? Stealthy ingredients?
I don't know if I have any stealthy ingredients, but I did cook this hearty meat and mushrooms.
Yes.
So it's going to fully recover my hearts and then add 3 additional hearts that are temporary. So those last until they're taken away by, obviously, a monster or a
So making
nasty
dishes
ball.
like that are really useful for super strong enemies that you'll inevitably encounter.
Right.
I always make sure to have my entire menu just filled with those. Just tons of them.
They're super helpful if you're going on a big boss battle or some massive encounter.
And it makes me feel safe. Makes me feel safe having those in my inventory.
That's what's important.
Yeah.
So one thing I didn't mention is you actually obviously don't have to kill any animals. You could just, run
Take the
around.
pacifist route.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You could run around and
Mushrooms, truffles.
gather mushrooms. You could just hug trees like this and do whatever you want.
Yeah, you can get through the entire game that way if you want.
That's true.
Nice.
Flint, so that's going to be nice. So I can use that flint. So I have this kind of portable fire starter now.
Right.
So if I was out in the middle of nowhere and I just had a really nasty encounter with any sort of enemy, really, I would be able to. Actually, let me show you. I'm going to pull this woodcutter's axe out and switch to it real quick. I'm going to chop down this tree. 2 strokes. Turn that into some
Perfectly bundled, yet again.
Grab the apple. So what I can do here is I'm going to take that firewood, hold it, also hold the flint. I'm going to drop it right here. And I can take any metallic weapon and strike this flint. That's not metallic.
That is non-metallic.
Oh.
Nice.
And suddenly I have a fire I can cook on. I can.
It can warm you up.
Yeah, if I didn't have the right gear to be in a certain coldness level.
Yeah. In higher altitudes.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
And so I can also cook things to increase my cold or heat resistance. So I'd be able to, grab some spicy peppers, mix them with some steak, and make some spicy steak.
Then you got yourself a skewer.
You got yourself a skewer. Let's see, ooh, there's some fish down there. So one thing I love doing in this game is bomb fish.
Oh, yes.
So I'm going to toss that bomb.
Come on.
Totally with it.
Any over there?
Let's
Check it out.
Where the fish at?
And so
There's
the fish
one.
come and go. So it's based on the time of day,
Yes.
whether they're actually around or not.
Get him.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice. You got one.
I got one.
Nice.
Worth it.
You're just gonna
I got
zoom up
one.
on it.
All right, so I can take that fish. You can also, spear fish or throw or shoot arrows at fish and all that sort of stuff as well. But bomb fishing is just so extreme that I still gotta show it off. All right, I'm gonna grab this rusted broadsword because it may come in handy. Whoa! So if I run out of stamina while swimming, Link's in trouble because he's too tired to go any further.
Kind of makes like a gurgling noise and floats down into the water.
It's kind of
Poor Link.
But, all right, let's.
You really have to plan out when you're trying to climb something or swim somewhere. You have to really think about it and look at your stamina gauge before you do it, because otherwise you will really end up in a bad situation.
Yeah.
Let's.
Paragliding down here. Back
So
into
these
the
boars will
forest.
actually charge you.
Oh, man.
Oh,
That one's not having
Nice.
it.
He heard what you did to his buddy Gary, the boar.
come back here.
Run, little boar. Run.
Kendra's cheering for the boar.
You're not gonna realize.
Why are you coming back?
Oh,
You fool.
just want to hit me with a sword.
This is, of course, the ancient art of sword throwing hunting that
You've won this time before, but I'll be back.
didn't make it through the ages.
And if you were to land that, it would have dealt more damage than just shooting the arrow.
So the
Yeah.
hightail lizard, the hightail lizard, if I were to use that to prepare an elixir, that's going to give me an increased
Speed boost.
for swimming, running, climbing, all of that, which is really good.
So you can do hightail lizard and then like mushrooms. Do you know what that gives you? Have you done that? I don't know.
That's
I don't think I've done that yet.
Well, so
Oh, honey.
lizards, generally like insects and reptiles are not used in dishes, used to lick them up. So that's actually, we didn't show
That would give
That's
you.
gonna give
Okay,
me-
we should do that.
we should do that.
And just like in real life, they are extremely persistent.
Let's see how much.
Oh, they're not still chasing you.
I'm actually
Nice.
gonna find that over. Let's see if we can show that off.
I just
love
love the
this.
ambient sounds.
And look at this huge tree. I love just
Oh,
how
nice.
low they go. It's absolutely cool. And he's fallen down and hollowed out. There's so many kind of unique little set pieces like this throughout the game. The level of detail and care that's been given to this to make it feel alive and unique is absolutely
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you were talking about sort of the depth of the cooking mechanics, and I remember when we had a video conference with the dev team, and they were like, "Hey, so here's the list of all the foods that you can make with all the items," and it was just this massive document. They were like, "Do you want that translated?" And we were like, "Oh, no, I fear that document. I don't know if we do."
Okay, so I forgot what I was going to do here.
This game definitely makes me hungry every time I play.
Oh, I was going to make something gross.
We were gonna make something bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
do
Okay,
it.
so let's see. I'm
So
gonna
you
make
made
this-
all these wonderful
That's-
things,
that's
some that
gross.
just replace hearts, replenish hearts, and some that give you certain abilities and new properties. But
But this time, I'm going to take, what is that, a birdwing, a mushroom, a bokoblin thing, and a butterfly.
just a bunch of stuff.
Creative.
Toss it in
Yes.
there. Let's see. And this is kind of a trial and error, you know. You have to be smart.
Oh.
Wait, that worked? Hey,
I haven't
look at
seen
Hey.
this one. Okay.
Spicy elixir.
Ooh, I'm all
That's
about that.
awesome.
Okay.
Sweet.
So that wasn't gross enough.
Everything you have is tasty.
That's the problem.
That is the problem. You need to go find some.
There's got to be something
Gross things.
to have. I don't know though. I may have just picked up delicious stuff. But Let's try this.
And an acorn. I mean, acorns aren't the tastiest.
We'll try a butterfly and fish.
Fish, butterfly.
Oh,
fish.
there we go.
Okay, yeah.
I love the sounds.
Dubious food.
Yeah,
So-
we can't even look at it. Just don't.
It's that gross. Okay.
So that's your failure
That
cooking.
was my failure. And that's the thing. You kind of have to experiment, find what you need and what you want at the time.
And you can still eat it, and it still kind of
totally,
helps you
yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, it's what, 1 heart, I think, replenished?
Yeah.
All right. And what's cool is like you can spend all this time hunting and cooking and kind of finding out all the food, but you can also just, as you're moving from place to place, kind of find the things that are on the way. You don't have to necessarily go out of your way to always be hunting and gathering. It just kind of happens organically.
Yeah, as you explore, you just run into all kinds of things you can collect. Like that.
Suddenly.
Oh,
Well, check it out.
man. Oh my goodness.
This new pattern.
Those were my alien shrooms.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Oh
this
my
that
gosh.
See,
It detached
this-
its arm to attack you.
What's funny is I'm not really prepared for this fight. I
yeah.
don't know if I'm going to take this guy down.
I like that you're prioritizing the mushrooms too as you're running around. You're like, I gotta collect these.
have
This is important.
Okay, so I wish I would have made myself like a speed boost so I could more easily get up to that.
Yeah, spicy elixir ain't gonna do much for us
Yeah.
here.
The temporary hearts, though.
We got 1 skewer.
Yeah.
That's what we got.
So
Oh boy.
this is Steptalis, one of the major enemies on the plateau here.
So we have a weak
is-
spot as all good spots.
Obviously, his weak spot. Nice. Get him. One thing I love about this game too is that you'll be walking around and it'll be all peaceful. You're just like, ah, and then all of a sudden, this monster just emerges from the earth and starts
Right.
back, like throwing its arm
Yeah,
at
it'll
you.
happen all over the place. So I actually just
gosh.
got wrecked in one shot by this guy. No! So I had hit his weak spot enough where it
Start spewing.
he dropped a very precious mineral, so I'd be able to pick that up and either sell that or use it for something else. But he killed me.
But so he's big and bad.
He's big and bad.
We were
So-
unprepared.
Right, so I didn't have very strong weapons, and also I have obviously started gear, but as you progress in the game, you're going to get gear with way higher defense
Right.
stats and all that. And that's what's so cool about this game is it throws a lot of those Zelda conventions out the window while keeping the core parts. But having stats to gear is just such like a breath of fresh air.
And I wouldn't necessarily say you were unprepared. You just wanted the challenge. You wanted to do it in a challenging way.
Yeah.
In
Right?
a
Yeah.
challenging,
Exactly.
ill-prepared way.
Yes.
But that's, so there are multiple
So
ways.
But you can do it anyway.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
you
the
really
thing.
can.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, there are multiple ways to do it. Some people like that challenge of the gameplay. For me, the more satisfying thing is seeing something that I know I'm not prepared for, and then gearing up,
coming back.
coming back later, and being just like this ultra powerful. Like, you used to scare me, but now I'm just gonna destroy it.
The all-powerful Link.
But you know, kind of what you were touching on earlier, it's like, you know, you can go in there with super weak gear, and if you got like food or properties or an elixir that gave you speed boost, like suddenly you're much more agile and nimble when you're fighting that huge beast. And so that gives you like a whole nother area, sort of a leg up when you can still use Boko clubs and, you know, Bokoblin arms or whatever it is.
Totally.
As long as you're really patient.
No, I just read that.
So it's definitely worth taking the time to cook. Oh gosh.
So,
Yeah.
I love that the physics engine, just seeing Link crumple, and
Link's
just fall
ragdoll?
off of cliffs and
Yeah.
ragdoll. It's
I feel
so
like
cool.
Link is hungry.
He's very hungry.
He's so hungry right now.
Ooh, little amber.
Nice.
Hello, Amber.
Okay, so I need to eat. Did I eat? Ooh, this is a perfect time. So this is gonna
Feed
fill
poor
me up.
Link. Oh,
and then
nice.
give me those
There we
food.
go.
So I should actually pop that before
Before we're going up to the Step Palace, yeah. That's all right.
That's all right. Okay. Let's see what else we got.
Because now this takes you out of one-shot territory, perhaps.
Right. One of that. And you'll find different things all over this place. So you'll pick up rocks. I mean, obviously not always. Ooh, rock.
Ooh.
Rock. No,
Get it,
rock.
get it.
Oh, I picked that up again.
Get it.
Where'd you go?
Oh,
Oh, I missed
it
it.
vanished.
So that hot foot frog,
Dang it.
they are fast frogs. Are if I was to use that in an elixir, that's going to give me a speed boost as well. And all these animals just all over there. See if I can set the trap for this guy.
You know, we've talked about it before this morning, but you know, it really is, when you start talking about the cooking and gathering mechanics here, it really gets you thinking about how many different ways you can manipulate the environment and use these resources that are there to your advantage in so many different ways.
It's such an awesome new addition to the Zelda universe.
Really
I love it.
So I think the sun's going up. We might start
Froggies? No?
seeing froggies.
No froggies?
Ooh, I can see.
Birdie.
That was not going to happen. Let's see what we got.
Get the fire going.
It's nighttime. And
Fancy.
I'm just going to throw this in the grass.
Forest fire? Good.
Smokey may not be very happy with that.
Why not?
So at nighttime, because it's a 24-day night cycle, actually at nighttime the temperature does drop. So depending on where you are, it may put you over that threshold where you're going to start taking damage, and that's where you would need something. I combined all those ingredients, and now I have the spicy elixir. I drink this. It's going to give me cold resistance for 9 minutes and 50 seconds. That's going to...
Which is a very substantial amount of time in the game, yeah.
Forever in Zelda time.
That's going to allow me to climb to the top of the peak. I wouldn't be able to get to otherwise. And you can kind of sequence it. I mean, the game's so open. You can honestly do things in almost whatever order. So, well, I'm on.
That boar is still angry about his buddy Gary.
Yeah.
He's still angry.
It's like, that's the guy again.
There he is.
All right, let's see if any night insects come out. Jeez, man. I need some of that. What I should have done is cooked a stealth elixir. I think I can stealth it. So this is going to be the stealth. What can I cook? Let's see if this works. I don't think it's Let's try it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Maybe.
Good sign.
He's pleased.
Oh. So I combined the two, but it actually didn't give me. It just gave me hearts essentially. It's not going to give me what I.
Again, it's not necessarily one-to-one. Like, this is about trial and error, experimentation.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I found myself just like filling Link's arms with everything in my inventory all at once and then just dumping it in there and doing that repeatedly and actually made a lot of really good dishes. I was surprised.
I really want to get but it's not happening. Something about throwing weapons is so satisfying in this, especially when you wear it down to the last hit. Oh yeah. And you throw it, and then it's a guaranteed critical hit when you're
Seeing it shatter for extra
Yeah.
damage across the Bokoblin's forehead.
It's always worth that risk.
Yeah.
Alright, so these guys are not asleep. There's this boar kind of running around the camp. Nice.
Oh. Oh man, it's coming.
He's been found.
It's like so excited to see you.
Threw a rock over the wall. Did you see that?
It just barely made it up for the wall.
I'm trying to. They're not the sharpest. So if you hide from them,
Smitty's trying to be sneaky here. He wants to.
Oh my gosh.
Did I say sneaky?
Brutal.
Nice.
Ooh, so now these Bokoblins here are actually chasing this boar. So they're a
I
little
like to go into sniper mode, stand really far back, and just they don't even know where it's coming from.
Yeah, see, I love this. They're going after they're going after that boar now. Like, they're living their own Bokoblin lives.
They're
like,
hungry
trying
too,
to
yeah.
get something, like,
They're just doing their own thing.
What is it?
I really feel for the boars. Oh my gosh.
Are they
Let's
taking
hear
all
it
their
for the
celebrating?
boars.
You see that?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh no, that's mine, man.
Uh-oh. Ah, yes.
Yeah.
I throw everything I got at that.
Nice. All right, that's just about all we have time for. Thank you so much for watching the Hunting and Gathering section, Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3, and stay tuned to check out Shrine up next.